Say. Awkward silence. I've written this down somewhere. It's amazing, very, very good Chardonnay. Do you know, I used to, when I was a student, I escaped to art school. I was going to do one of those very sort of intense English degrees where I would sort of read Chaucer and become sort of fluent in Old English or whatever it was. And I was going to have sort of 3 years of intensive study, and then I discovered art school and I ran away. And that was the best thing I ever did. But when I was at art school, there was a bookshop. There was a bookshop. It was Barry's bookshop in Queen's Road in Brighton. And every Friday at the end of the week, I would go to Barry's bookshop. And it was one of these sort of very tall townhouses with lots and lots of sort of levels. And I would go up. I would roam Barry's bookshop, and I would just pick up novels. They were nice, and I don't want to sort of say anything too leading, but they were nice and cheap, James. I picked up a lot of these novels. I just grabbed them because there was a thing. There was a particular thing that Barry, who owned Barry's bookshop, had. He lived downstairs by the counter in what could only be described as a book nest. It was this sort of, you know, weird, crumpled, collapsed sofa. He chain-smoked consulate cigarettes. He sat in regal splendour, and you'd come down with your selection. And every book you gave to Barry, he would give you one-sentence synopsis. Yeah, it was fantastic. Milan Kundera, Unbearable Lightness of Being. He would go, right, check, you know, he'd tell you. You could tell I'd forgotten what. Anyway, it felt empowering to read it. But you know, I would give Barry these books, and he would give these little synopses. And I used to then go every Friday. I'd buy 10 novels, and I'd give them to Barry, and he'd give me these synopses. And I kept hoping I'd catch them out. I found an obscure sort of book that he wouldn't be able to tell me anything about. Never happened. It was wonderful. And I would go home and I would sit in bed and I would read these novels. And so I spent the entire weekend in bed. I was a student, don't judge me. And I'd spend the entire weekend, just weekend in bed, reading these novels because I didn't have to. And I didn't have to write anything about them. I could just read them because I loved them. And I was thinking about the Waterstones Prize, and what I love about the Waterstones Prize is this is a prize that booksellers give. It's something that booksellers are advocates for these books. And I love going into a Waterstones and seeing the testimonials, a little sign saying why this particular book, it will be on the shelf next to the book, and you'll read it written out, and they'll say, we love this book because, and it'll be signed by someone. And you think, I love that recommendation. It's a very personal touch. And I think that's what we love about books, I think. Someone saying to us, have you seen this book? We love this book. It might not have, this is where I get controversial, huge media spend. It might not have breakfast TV asking you on the set. It might not have any of those things, but what it does, it has what I think is wonderful, the bookseller recommendation. Someone saying, have you noticed this book? It's a bit good, isn't it? You might like it, and you can come in, and you can browse and pick these books up. I love that. That's book magic. We know what publishing is like. I know. I'm in a room with people who know what publishing is like. What happens is, and I basically, my sort of, I know this because I've watched a lot of Hollywood films, rom-coms mainly. But what happens is the author has this idea. They've been through a difficult sort of time. They have this great idea, and then they write this novel. It usually happens very quickly because you have a scene from the beginning, and then seeing them finishing, and then that sort of happy point where they finish and they snap their shut. Then it goes off somewhere. We don't know what. And then in the next scene, they cut to the bookshop. Always like that scene. It's the bookshop window. And it's the bookshop window. And guess what? It's their novel, and it's like piled up high. You know, what Waterstones do. They do it all the time, don't they? A single monolithic, sort of, when they're full of whoever it is, you know, the novel is there. And the author, proud author, walks past it because it's happened in an instant. And then we walk into this other lovely scene, I love this scene, where they arrive and there's this giant room full of people who've all come to hear them say something, possibly read from their novel, because they're all wrapped. We've all been there, you know what it's like. And these huge queue forms, and they all want just this and that's as simple as that. You know, really easy, you know this. And what I love about the Waterstones Prize is the Waterstones Prize is the absolute antidote to all that sort of Hollywood nonsense. It is real booksellers saying, we love this book, here it is, and here's a brilliant list of books we've loved. And we come into bookshops, we see them as well, we love them as well. It's a fantastic prize. And I'm very honoured to be able to come here and drink a lot of wine. And join in with this general, I call this book magic, this is general book magic. And I just want to say very well done to all the shortlisted authors. It's a very special list, it's not going to be reproduced in other places. This is a Waterstones Prize, and I love it for that. And boy, when I heard the acceptance speeches, I've been in those kitchens. I've been with partners who turned to me and said, what are you doing today? Well, I'm writing this book. Really? Come to the scene. There's a bookshop full of books. So thank you. Well, without more ado, I've got an envelope to open. It's been handed to me with archival white gloves. I got very used to this. I actually did this on live television. Blue Peter, I did this. After the rehearsal, they said, we'll drop the envelope. Obviously too much for him. Tripping up as I came onto the stage didn't help either, so, and there was no alcohol involved either, so I'm really So here we are, I've opened the envelope. I'm teasing you now, I'm just going to draw this out. Right, and I'm looking, I know. And you don't. This is so lovely, because this was one of the testimonials I enjoyed the most. This was lovely, because I was over in that corner. When the prize, I know I'm teasing, the prize winner came over and I was able to say, do you know who I was? I was just this slightly tipsy man in the corner who congratulated him. But anyway, the winner is, my brother is a superman. I was that man in the corner.